Hello.
Hi. Long
How you
time
doing,
no see.
Nick?
How
Lisa?
you doing?
Hey, Nick. Hey, Wolvie.
It's been a long time.
Long time no see. I know. So what you guys
Who wants to go first?
go ahead.
You want me to?
Yes.
Well, first, I would like to say hi to everybody in the chat. And we can't see the chat right now, so I can't say
Yes.
hi by name. Well, I have to click and then
Let me see who we have. I'll look. So we have Des Logic.
That's logic.
I see Rocky
Jer-
Mountain Burr.
Yep. Jersey Silver Stacker UK. Our Coin World UK. Stefan.
Hello,
Rocky Mountain Bear.
My favorite bear.
Sly Stacker.
Eagle Steve.
Hello.
Steve Woods.
Steve Woods. Andy Resnick. I just saw him pop in.
Oh, Fruit Loops. I see that little yellow bird. I see the yellow bird.
Sly Stecker. I can only see a little bit.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you for joining us. I know it's been a long time. We've all been so busy, except SW.
Yeah, I don't do anything.
Eagle Steve. Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
Well, I think it's a really good game to guess what he does
And
when he's not making YouTube videos. I love that idea.
Elton Jones. And look who just popped in, Lisa. Rayno.
Hi, Ray.
JMP Coins.
Hey there, Rayno.
And look at who just popped in. We were just speaking about him. Mr. I don't want to say his name now because I know I'll get it wrong.
Elton Jones, you mean?
No, Mr.
Boudreaux. Hello.
Yes, I'm very French, and obviously I'm the only one that couldn't pronounce his name.
Boudreaux.
Okay,
hello, GMP Coins.
I am trying to figure out who you are, the good one. The good one. I know who Fruit Loops is.
Nick's Coins. Let's see how long it takes you to figure out who I am.
Sly
Stacker, aka the good one.
Give me a hint.
I don't know. I think Wolvie's a good stacker. Hampton Consultants. Hello.
He has shown me some of his our plants.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Yes. Well, maybe he could tell us how we are doing.
That would be good.
Coin World UK. Long time no see. Sal should have been here. That is right. Sal should have been here. Where is he?
So I changed the name on my my YouTube. So
So you changed your name?
Yeah. So I put Lisa Simplified up here, but I've been out like as my other self.
Oh, you go back?
Well, I don't know. I can't. I'm going back and forth.
I used to take you out for lobster if you came to Maine. Speedy? No. I don't know. I would take anyone for lobster.
Oh, wait a minute. Sly Stacker, when did she do that? We're waiting for the answer.
We're doing good. How are you, Coin World UK? I've been working. Gunny Quarterstack is here.
Yeah, so life got out of hand for me. And I've been doing these fraud studies, and I've been looking for work, and I've been working on my garden. I've been learning how to bake bread. I've been doing yeah. And we had some family things going on that that needed my attention, my focus, and that's where I've been. And my little Phoebe, my little Jack Russell passed. So Wolvie, what I wanted to tell you about if it comes to that awful decision, I learned something about the euthanasia.
Okay.
Yeah, I waited too long. She had, she was 13 and she had, um, what do you call it? AMIT, the an autoimmune disease. And she got sick really fast and she died like she just
Southern
deteriorated
boy.
very quickly.
Hmm.
So her veins collapsed. And when they do the euthanasia and they put the medicine in,
Mhm.
um, it will leak, it will bleed out, and or like it won't go through the vein right, and it can cause them great pain. So I thought by waiting, I was, doing something better. But ultimately, what they did was they let that, the gas mask that they put on when they're doing surgery. Ultimately, they let her pass using the gas mask because they couldn't get the medicine in her veins. So I never knew that, and it really scared me. I didn't know that there was, I was really scared that that she was just going to be suffering.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I thought I've been telling people it's a sad story. It's not a good thing. Like nobody wants to think about it, but boy, I wish I would have known because I would not have waited. I wouldn't have.
Right.
You know,
Well, I mean, it's a tough decision either way you go. I mean, it's not an easy one to make.
mm-mm.
yeah, she was having seizures, and I spent it took like 6 weeks, maybe 2 months that I was really focusing on her. So there's just a lot of stuff that's been going on in my life, and that's why I had to just focus on the priorities.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I started a new job. Hi, Soup.
How do you like it?
Oh, it's been really busy. Um, but I love it. I love it, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning a lot and helping so people out. So I've had a lot of fun
So do
doing
you
it.
spend a lot of time on the phone? Are you
Um, well, it depends on the day. Depends on what's going on in the world. We've been doing a lot of grants that have been coming in too for the appropriations committee. So we've had a lot of things going on. So yes, um, phone calls if there's something special going on in the world and people want to voice their opinions, in which they have a lot of strong opinions, and of course we have to write down everything and verbatim to give to the boss, because she'll read every single comment and wants to know what everybody's thinking. So
wow.
yes, everything. We give a report at the end of the week on what all everyone has called in to say and what they think, whether it's good or bad, and whether it's whether it's cuckoo.
Wow.
It's all written down. Yep, and that and that they come first before any of our work is done. But of course, that's a close second. So if the work doesn't get done, we stay at work. So
Wow.
Hey,
yes,
Nick, can you highlight Stefan's comment down there, please?
yeah, this one.
Yeah. He said he got oh, it went away. Anyway, he said he got a 2-ounce Libertad bar coin combo today in a wooden presentation box.
Wow.
Cool.
That'd be nice.
It'd be nice, the United States Mint used to do nice boxes like that once upon a time.
Yeah. I want to say thank you, chat, for your kind comments.
Oh, Joe Biden's job. I, I wish. Well, not no, I don't want that job. But crazy cats lady,
Hi.
crazy. Hi, the chat's going fast. Don't ask.
Sergeant Gold.
Yeah,
How do you change your name on YouTube?
I wish. I wish I could get some of that appropriations. But I know that it's going to be going to a lot of good things. For example, fire trucks. ambulances where counties and cities are not able to afford them, or new upgrades. So it's going to some pretty, good things.
Lisa, you have to go into Creator Studios to change your name. Do you have Creator Studios?
Probably, but
Yeah.
I wanted to chat, but my names don't sync up.
So what I wanted to talk about that today was taxed bullion. Do you guys live in a state where you're taxed on your bullion that you purchase?
Nope.
I never even thought about it. I'm going to Google that right now and see.
Buckley. Yes, I am taxed on bullion here in the state of Maine. JM Unleashed. There's 9 states that are still taxed on bullion, and that's Vermont, New Jersey, Maine, Tennessee, Kentucky, Wisconsin, New Mexico, Mississippi, and Hawaii.
Wow.
Yep. I'm very much taxed. I know we are taxed 5.5% on all sales, whether that be, the only time you're not is if it's peer-to-peer or on a YouTube auction, but online bullion, the stores here in my state of Maine, we're all taxed. And of course, no tax on.
Like, how much is a tax though?
5.5%. It's a sales tax. So, and of course, we all pay capital gains on all of our sales. If we sell something, we're going to pay capital gains. But on the front end, we're being taxed heavily in my state. Unless you go to a state like, I could go over to New Hampshire. They're not taxed. So I could cross the border and go buy my bullion in that state. But not everybody's as lucky where they can just go to a different. Taxes are killing me. I know. Tell me about it. State and local taxes are over 9%. Holy cow. Which state are you in? Costa Rica. I wanted to show you. I got a sticker in the mail, and it was Costa Rica's.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I just thought it was
I love it, Costa Rica.
I know. Washington State. Huh. That wasn't listed as one of the 9 to be taxed.
Costa Rica, I like that design a lot.
So I got a letter in the mail from, I'm not wearing pants.
What? What are you laughing
at? And I'm not wearing pants.
What?
What?
Look at the chat, you guys.
Oh.
You really think I would announce that I'm not wearing pants? I don't think so.
How do you guys think
I'm pretty hilarious. Not. Damn. FYI, I am wearing pants.
That's hilarious.
But I had a letter come in from what was it, Money Metals Exchange, and they, Robert, you probably
can't get back to YouTube.
And they actually sent me a letter that there's legislation going on in my state, and to call all our local legislators to let them know that we want them to pass this bill. And I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't know about the legislation, and it listed all the senators that were state senators that and the representatives in the state that we could call and say that we want this bill to pass. And I called every single one of them, and I emailed them all, because on this letter that they sent me, they had a list of them. So, because this is, of course, the state senator, so I didn't really know all of them. And, I got 2 email responses back and said that, well, one of them said, I am the co-sponsor. So I do. Hi, Biggie. So I am the co-sponsor of this bill. So yes, I support it. And then the other one, wrote that they do support the bill. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I hope this does pass, because we would be tax exempt for all our bullion purchases, which would help businesses within the state as well, because people in my area are just going to drive to New Hampshire to buy their silver bullion or their gold bullion. They can get it tax exempt. So, but they also gave you the talking points on what to say. And it said they called it this discriminatory tax on bullion. So my advice and my experience when I have callers or I hear callers is we know if it's a pamphlet that you're getting in the mail and you're reading it verbatim, and then we don't take it as seriously because we're thinking, oh, you're just doing this because you just want to be a part of something. You're just trying, you're just doing this because you got it in the mail. So my advice would be just to put it in your own words and why it would mean something to you to have this passed. I think that they take it more seriously and they're more out to read it and try to understand where you're coming from.
Good tips.
But it does work. They do listen. And you think that when you make that call, they're not going to listen or they're not going to let that state senator know, but they do. The state senators do know, and they get a report at the end of the week on what you called about. So when you think that you're not going to make a difference, you really could be making that difference.
That's good to know, Nick, because I have made calls before. I've gone
I
to
know.
friends, but I didn't know, I really never believed. I figured it was going to land on some admin's desk and get filtered out and filed.
And that's not the case, because constituents are very important to your state senators, your local leaders. So if they don't have those constituents, they're not going to be voted into office. So what they think and what they're feeling, they take into account. So
that's good to know.
Yeah. I would have never known that either if I didn't have the experiences that I'm having right now. So hi, Rocky Superstar. Politics, I'd rather collect coins. Well, I'd rather collect coins as well, but this right here is my pocket. We're dealing with my pocketbook.
Yeah, because I mean that's important, because a lot of that money that you pay in sales tax could be going to more coins, more.
Yeah, 5% a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So 5.5%. So think about that over the course of a year. If you're steady buying and you're trying to, steady, keep it steady, and that's a lot of money at the end of the year. So Yankee Pride. So yes, that would be wicked.
Hi, Victoria.
Facts. Victoria Roman Carter. Oh, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So, but it is important, and I was just pleased with Money Metals Exchange to actually send this to me and to alert, the citizens, well, I guess people that have purchased from them before, to let them know that this legislation is even in the House. So I would have never have known that. That's a sad part about it. I would have never known it was even a bill. And so Wolverine was the one who told me it was a bill and it didn't pass in 2017. So it's basically the same bill. But yay, let's go. Because I would like to see this tax exempt.
Victoria, hello. And I also think, even if you don't agree or if you don't think it's going to pass, it's still important. Would you agree to call your legislators and let them know, voice your opinion that you want them to pass it, even if you don't feel it's going to pass?
Yes, I do. Because I don't think that probably you're going to be the only one. I just think that you should always voice your opinion, because it is being listened to, whether they want to admit it or not. It is, and because they want to be voted in again, so they want to know what you think, and they want to make their constituents happy. So I think, yeah, it's not going to go in vain for you to make that call. So I would make the call before I would actually send the email, though. The email may get lost in the shuffle, but the phone call, if you're getting a person, it's not going to be lost through the shuffle. It's going to be actually taking detailed notes. You don't have to leave your name if you don't want to. They will ask you because I know myself, we will have a lot of out-of-state callers. And hi, John. if you're not in the state where you're a constituent, we're going to take what you say, but we're not going to really put as much,
Really?
yes, because but with this being a state and not federal issue, you may not have those out of state callers as, we would get. So
Put a 1 in the chat if you have to pay sales tax on your bullion from where you live.
You're one of the 9 states. So there's only 9 states right now that do still charge sales tax on bullion. That says a lot. It's only 9. And look, I mean, even Massachusetts, they're tax exempt on their bullion. They used to call them Taxachusetts. I mean, that's what their nickname was Taxachusetts. Eagle Steve has to pay. I believe Steve Woods has to pay.
Yep, and someone else, Robert Colwell, I think it was.
What?
Soup.
Soup?
Soup.
You guys are funny.
So fun. But this is actually a state issue. It's not I think we could go a whole new different ways if we were going to be doing talking about federal instead of state issues.
So if you're on AppMex, let's say,
Mhm.
and you buy bullion,
Mhm.
and you're in one of the taxable states, they're going to tax it, or
We're going to tax you. You're going to be taxed. You're going to be. We're taxed on everything. Yeah. They're going to tax you. eBay's going to tax you.
Now, well, I believe eBay taxes you regardless if you're in a taxable state or not. I think they do. I think they even tax me.
Well, okay, for really?
Yeah.
Yes, but all the anytime I go purchase at Max anywhere, even Money Metals Exchange, that everyone has to charge the taxes.
You're right, Mr. Boudreaux. We're taxed on everything.
Pretty much. No, eBay doesn't tax.
Oh, really? I'm pretty sure they tax me, but it's been a while since I purchased anything off eBay.
Oh,
So.
I mean,
says eBay doesn't tax.
I'm very diligent spender, so I know what I'm paying for shipping, taxes. I mean, I'm on a budget. I hate that word. Hate it.
Mr. Boudreaux, my taxes have taxes. I know. I know.
Family and friends. Well, we're talking about on that would be when you're doing peer-to-peer on like
Celtic Knot is asking for the 9 states again. Sorry.
No tax in Oregon, nope. But they're going to tax you not on like a YouTube auction but I'm sure if the government did find out that there were auctions, because I'm sure that they would find a way to tax it. And I can honestly say that will be coming, because when you got 85,000 new IRS agents, what do you think they're going to be doing?
Audits.
Yes.
Audits.
And there's a lot of people in NY, in New York, we are taxed to breathe. Yeah, same. New England states are very.
Can you say what the 9 states are again, please?
Can I tell you what the 9 states? Yes. For most of them, you've got Vermont, New Jersey, Maine, Tennessee, Kentucky, Wisconsin, New Mexico, Mississippi, and Hawaii. So, we have the FBI on my floor. So I work down the hall from the FBI and down the hall from the IRS. I make friends with the IRS.
Rocky Superstar is right. If you go to the local coin dealer and they want cash.
Yes, but some don't. I know that in my state, my only cash guy just retired. So now
you're saying that.
Yeah. So he was old school, but the other bullion deals that we go to, no, they're charging, and whether it's cash or not.
Sergeant Gold, I've been buying from coin shows, lower premiums. Tennessee should not be on that list. No tax. Interesting.
What's that?
Sergeant Gold is saying that Tennessee shouldn't be on that list.
Tennessee should not be on that list. Well, I will have to do my research again, but if they don't do cash, go somewhere else. Well, to be honest with you, Rocky Superstar, I would just go to New Hampshire, and that's exactly what I said in my particular email, that a lot of the businesses in my state are being hurt because of that reason. I'm just going to go to New Hampshire where where they don't have any sales tax. They don't even have income tax in New Hampshire. No income tax or sales tax. So I can just go down there and go down to my sister's house.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi, Bad Gateway. In Michigan, you do not pay taxes on your bullion.
They
Oh,
don't charge tax on coin purchases, but they refund in full when you contact them. Wow.
Florida should be on this. I will have to look again because that's
I'm gonna Google
it because this was an updated list that I got. Slowthorpe. But if you're being charged taxes on your bullion and you don't live in a tax state, I would contact whoever you are purchasing from because that's not right.
I think Florida only pays
John Shank.
taxes on certain items and from certain dealers, I believe, is what I heard. So I'm not 100% sure. Oh, yeah, Florida taxes purchases below 500. So if you spend over 500, it's not taxed.
Okay.
That's what it, yeah.
Raymond, you're going to have to break up your purchases. Do split purchases. Get around that, paying those taxes. I'm sure you could. I'd say I'd pay half of this today, or I'd pay half of this for this transaction and do the other half in another transaction. What are they going to do? Tell you no? I mean,
yeah, it looks like their sales tax on bullion is like in New York at 4% on orders below $1,000. So you probably have to look for your individual state and get.
Yes, but again, I would do split purchases to get around it. I mean, I'm taxed enough as it is, and I want to keep as much as I can in my pocket. Anything?
Well, it is all tax-free, JM. If you buy directly from the United States Mint, there's no sales taxes on it.
But you're paying,
at least I don't pay.
You're paying a hefty
But you are paying a hefty premium on it, but they don't charge you sales tax.
It looks like it goes by precious metal. Yeah, this is a little bit of a deep dive, Nick.
Yeah. Well, in my state, 5.5% on any purchases that we make. And then when we do sell, if we do decide to sell, we have to pay capital gains. So you're being hit on taxes on the front end and the back end.
Ray is saying U.S. coinage is not taxed. I really didn't pay attention to it. But that makes sense though. I mean, like, how can you tax the coin? Taxing the money that you're spending.
Oh my gosh.
What? I saw it. Don't say it.
Okay.
He's terrible. Andy Resnick. Hi. I know. I
haven't even seen Melania around. I don't know if she's where she's been. ASE not taxed.
What like thread are you on? Look, he's got some crazy comments here.
I pay tax on ASEs and AGs from dealers in Wisconsin. Yeah, because you live in one of those tax states. Now, Rocky Superstar.
Worms alert.
What do you mean not taxed? Where are they not taxed? You mean from the U.S. Mint? Can of worms alert. I agree.
Not auditing yard sales. In Chesapeake, we have there on the weekends. There's the white truck drive around and ding people for not having
yes,
their.
Don't ask just this is I can't agree with this more. Let me see.
What
is it coming up on the screen? Oh, there you go. Divorce attorney. Yeah, right. I mean,
don't ask. Yeah, this is true. They changed it to premiums, right?
Hi, Randy Matthews. How are you?
Premiums on what though? Are you talking about bullion or are you talking about collectibles from the U.S. Mint?
I think he's making a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They just tuck the money and give it a new definition is all they're doing.
The U.S. Mint is not hurting. Let's just put it that way. So speaking of the U.S. Mint, good
Well,
night. Thank you for joining us. Both. So
Hi.
speaking of Mint, SW, got any news? Anything different going
from the
on?
U.S. Mint?
Yes,
And-
Not really. There's not really much going on over there right now.
Nothing new, huh?
Nothing new, nothing too exciting.
Are
Are
you
you
only
still in
thing-
the women's quarters?
No, I got out of those.
Me
same?
too.
Well, I never was in them.
I don't know what to do with the ones I got now.
So Thorpe, I couldn't agree more. Stacking investments. You can't.
Yeah,
buy
it's
without
true.
and that's just it too, because
Slow sort. That's hilarious.
coins, you're paying taxes on that as well. We are taxed on 3 or 4 times on something. Here in Florida, since silver and gold eagles.
You reading Ray's? Here in Florida, since silver and gold eagles have a dollar amount assigned and considered coins, they aren't taxed. Wow.
I'm not wearing
They are.
pants. You are funny. And FYI, for the new people that are coming in, I am wearing pants. I'm just reading the comments from I'm not wearing
You
pants.
have to prove it, Nick.
Well, I'm wearing pants. I'm not going to disclose what kind of pants. The 45th president, Mr. Doughboy, boy, I have missed you. And yes, it is so unacceptable that we are charged so many taxes here in the state of Maine. So, who is still enrolled?
Rocky, I rolled up a lot of quarters and then dumped. Did you? You just got rid of yours?
Ah,
Who is still what, Nick?
either. Who still has who's enrolled for the 2023 Morgan still?
I am.
Figures.
No, I feel good boycotting. It feels right.
How are you? I'm not. I'm over it. I thought I was going to, and I thought I was going to get on the bandwagon, but no, I just can't.
I mean, how many of them I get, I'm still up in the air. But I mean,
I was considering the 2 coin reverse proof because I really think I don't know, but
is on the chat.
Rolled for quantities. Thank you. Me too, Raymond.
Laura.
So this is the 2nd year in a row that I have boycotted the U.S. Mint.
Yeah,
I
think you're right to do that.
But I did purchase something that was really cool. It was a dime, but it had President Ronald Reagan on it, and they made them in 2004 by private mint 4, 5, and 6 after the president had passed away, and they were really trying to advocate for him to be on the dime or to put him on something. And I didn't realize after how it's literally an act of Congress to have that change. I'm sorry?
I was saying hi to Big Sky, sorry.
Oh, Steve signed up for 3 reverse proof sets and 2 of each Morgan.
So what happened with all of that, Nick? How did it
It didn't go anywhere, but these dimes were super popular. I mean, they were only 10,000. I think it was 5,000 minted for the first 2004, and then 5 and 6 it went up to 10,000, and they were sold right off. I've never even seen them before. And then I saw one. I don't remember where I saw one. I was like, I have to have one, and I found it. I live by Ronald Reagan old house where he grew up, and that's really neat. That's really neat. So I'm not wearing pants. It's just said I might get the new Morgan to tape it to
That's funny.
Somebody else said the piece.
Thank you, Victoria. Dixon, Illinois. That's really neat. But I didn't realize how hard it is to change anything when it comes to our money. So even if the mint wanted to change something, they have to go through legislation to get it changed or to do something different. And what I think you said, SW on gold, they don't have to.
Yeah, they have more flexibility with gold than they do silver, and that's why there's always a gold Liberty coin, and you always have a silver Liberty medal, because everything silver requires legislation where they have more flexibility with gold.
Wow.
And that's why like in 2021, one of the rumors was, before the 2021 Morgan bill got passed, they were talking about doing it in gold so that there was something before the silver legislation got passed.
Wow.
Because they didn't need a bill to do that in gold.
Well, what got you so interested in the mint? Like, when did you become, I'm just going to know everything about the mint?
I think it was back in 2019 when they came out with right around when they came out with the San Francisco Enhanced Reverse Proof American Silver Eagle.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Yes. I don't have one.
Did you get?
I don't remember it. No.
Yeah. It was right around there. And then really, when the premiums on bullion went up so much in 2021 or at the end of 2020, that's when I say, you know what, I'm going to buy a little bit more in collectibles. If I'm going to pay a high premium, why not pay a high premium in collectibles and not pay a high premium in bullion? $50 for ASEs? That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. How much are they going for right now?
What? The ASEs? Oh, I saw between 41 is the cheapest that I've seen right now, and they're going up to almost $50.
Oh, geez. So I went into a local coin store. Well, not a local one, but I was on my way to my sister's house, and I walked into that store, and I'll never walk in again. But what he was saying is that to keep your ASEs, because that's what he's saying flying off the shelves right now, because he's having collectors, non-collectors, people that have never even purchased silver before, but that's what they come in, that's what they want, because that's all they know. That's what they've heard, you know. So just hang on to it. I'll still never walk into that store again, but that was good. That was something I didn't really know, that, you know, that I thought a lot of people got into this in 2021 or the 2020 and then 2021, but we're still having more come into the hobby or start stacking because they keep hearing things. So, hi, Shimpy. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. So that's what they want. And they're paying top dollar for them too, because they don't know any better. So.
Right.
Don't ask, you're right. They were groomed to pay the premiums.
Kind of, right? I mean, and so they're seeing the prices now. Can you imagine when things do come down a little bit? They're going to be like, oh, we just hit the lottery when it starts coming down a little bit.
Ray is saying, hey, Silver Wolverine, your video on constitutional was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. So what do you think right now? Do you buy constitutional? Is that something you like to have and stack?
I started with that, but I don't anymore.
Oh, I started with it. Yeah. Well, I started with it when it was cheap. I never paid 20 times face. I never paid anything over 20 times. I did not pay those kind of prices.
Because it's one and one. It's like the silver is not the same. It's like.
And that's how I got into it too. But at the time, it was like a under spot. You were paying for constitutional.
Now, John, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. No, just teasing SW.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you seen his videos on the Morgan 2021s? I mean, all of them. I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. Because you know, God, everyone knows how much I love the Morgan 2021s.
Totally.
Yeah, you sure do. And I really wanted SW to do like dominoes with his Morgan 2021s because he's got them all graded and he's got a bunch of them, but it just didn't work out. But wouldn't that have been a
No.
neat video to see?
It'll scratch the cases.
No,
I think NGC should redesign their slabs so they have flat bottoms. Then I could do it.
Yeah, I do like the NGC slabs though better than I do PCGS. I think they look nicer.
Wow. NH Greg says my local is 30 times base.
Thank you.
Wow.
Holy
Wow.
He is my neighbor to the south. He is in New Hampshire. That has been educational. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Cat's Crazy World.
That's crazy. World. This has been educational. Yeah.
Thank you. So my neighbor to the south, NH Greg, he doesn't pay you don't pay income tax, nor do you guys have sales tax. So your bullion is not taxed. But they are really going to get you on the other end if they're charging you 30 times face value.
Come here.
Yeah.
So I do think that I like to have constitutional silver, and I liked it when it was at a reasonable price because I think there's a purpose for it. First of all, it's fractional. And then if worse comes to worse, you always can spend it and a grocery store will take it. Right? So I go to the grocery store and I could go spend it. Whereas I can't go spend a silver round. I don't want to have to spend my silver, constitutional or junk silver is what people call it. But you just never know what kind of binds you might get into. And you could also sell it for a great profit as well. The value in the resale of it is excellent as well. Because people recognize it. It's as recognizable as an ASE.
Hey, Andy, that's KK.
So I think there's purpose in it. If you can get it for reasonable cost.
Right now you can't.
No, but if I will still continue to pick it up if I can find it.
Yeah, and that's what I did in 2021. I picked up a large amount of it from a private person who I know, but I bought it way under what the going price of it was.
My gosh, people are still looking for it in cornrow hunting. So I would rather find it in cornrow. I just don't have good luck with that. I've tried a couple times and I've just not had good luck with it.
So Tiger Stacker said junk is more recognizable than ASE, and I agree. But here's the problem: is not everybody knows there's silver in it. I mean, we do obviously, but a lot of people today will still look at a quarter and say it's a quarter. It's right?
Right, but you know what? I hope they do, and then I hope I get it in change at the grocery store.
Exactly. Because I guarantee you, everybody in this chat and us, every time we get change, we look at the date, we look at the edges. Yes. But the thing is not everybody, most of the people don't know that still today.
Donna says 90% is the only real American.
Yes, you are. Yes, I'm the number one, please. Yes.
So Donna is saying 90% is the only real money America ever had, other than gold. It's the ASEs that are the junk silver. Yow.
Who said that?
Don't ask.
Don't ask. Let me see. That was.
Shimpy, I look in the Coinstar machines now too, and I found a Wheatie and let's see. I forget. Get out of there.
Yeah, see, I always look in a Coinstar too, and I found silver at least on 4 occasions. I found quarters and dimes in the Coinstar.
Mm-hmm.
John Shank says, I look in the save a penny, need a penny. So do I. I asked, can you pass me that cup?
So I have everyone trained. So my mom is always looking at the coin stars now. And of course, the first couple times I did it, my daughter was with me. She's like, "Oh my God, Mom." And so one time I did it and she's so embarrassed, She was in high school at the time. And I looked and I'm like, "Emma, look, I found all this change." And I'm just making a huge deal about it. "Hi, John Jacobs."
Those at the pet store where they have those things where people put money in. I always kind of like look and see the star notes in there.
So I did. I made this huge big deal, and then she's like, "Oh," hiding her head, and then all of a sudden, the line that was right in front of it, they go, "Oh, darn, we always check it. We forgot to this time." I was like, "See, Emma." But I have my mother checking it. Everybody's checking. My mom always finds stuff in there, but she always finds the Canadian coins because they reject the Canadian coins.
Right.
I'm thinking she has something. I think I told the story the other day too. And Rhonda, she thinks that every time she finds like in Canadian quarters, they're always shiny. So she has to drop by and say, "Do I have something? Do I have something?" Like, "No, Mom." She's like, "Yeah, I do. I found it in the coin star, Nikki. So I do. So I'll just put it in a flip and send her on her way." And I know she's sleeping, so she's not watching this. But I know that she thinks she's going to be loaded one day with all these coins that she's finding in the coin star.
So I think it was John Chang says that he remembers being old enough to find them in change. Me too. I remember we would find dimes in the change and quarters. Yep.
But it's good. But as good as she's doing it, she's a wise woman for sure.
Gypsy Wolves? Yes. Well, that's only because I told her to. Just teasing. But no, she really does. And I'm like, I have everybody looking, and now it seems like everybody's looking, and I don't find any anymore. But she does. She does find a lot when she goes. But it's usually Canadian coins. So,
Did I hear a whistle? Did I hear a?
Yes, it was my text message. So I just turned my phone off.
Oh.
Yes, I meant to turn my phone off. My child is dog sitting tonight down like for the neighbors.
Oh.
I would just always leave it on in case I was going to hear from her, and I forgot that she is, she's all watching the dogs this evening, and so she loves animals.
So do I. So I'm going to be making homemade bird nests this year.
Oh,
Flash.
you sent me a text because you are. Yes, I am your number one. Am I your number one, or you're my number?
Sergeant Gold.
Yes. Yes, last time I think I bought I bought it for my guy that just closed his shop, and he would always give me a great deal, and I don't think I've paid anything over $14 times face for quarters or for
What are you laughing at, Wolvie?
I just saw Nick's reply to a comment on my video from earlier today.
Oh.
What was that?
Where I said, "You're probably right."
Oh, and I think I wrote probably.
Yeah.
Nick, do you know I'm not wearing pants? I do know I'm not wearing pants. I just walked into that.
The only reason my thumb is brown is because I got dirt under my nails.
Yeah. Yes, because if we want to go back even to because I remember everything. If we want to even go back to our last live, he was wrong with things, and I had to go back and school him, and I had to come up with statistics, and it's the truth.
Mm-hmm. School who?
You.
Me?
Do you want to? Do you even go on that one? That was when Michigan was out playing the national championship. Georgia won 2 years in a row now with a no-name quarterback that walk on. And that's the conversation. And you were talking about how Alabama was, they won it the most, and which is not true. And you said Alabama won it back-to-back, which was not true. So I had to go back and give you all the statistics, if you can recall.
You got an eye roll.
I think I recall, and I'll give you that one.
Thank you. Give me
You're
that
right.
one. You've had to. Let me see some about Dalton, Georgia. Georgia Numismatic Association coin show in Dalton, Georgia this weekend was excellent. Oh, I never even knew about coin shows when I was living in Georgia. Huh. NH Craig, I didn't realize this either, but they have a coin show in Nashua, New Hampshire once a month. I think I'm going to go to. I think that would be. You sent me a message, Rhonda, on my messenger. So anyway, that's all I was going to talk about was the taxes and how what was it? Money. I always want to say this wrong. Money, metal, change. Nebraska's on the guys. I can't wait to see them win Big Ten. Nebraska.
Anybody who hasn't hit the thumbs up onto the stream, hit the thumbs up button.
Thank you. Nebraska, why haven't I heard? They're in the Big Ten. You're gonna have to help me out because SW, we're in the SEC. Doesn't get any better than that.
Huh.
So can you help me out? So Nebraska, where are they on the?
Nebraska, they're in the Big Ten.
Okay, so what were they ranked?
Nebraska, this year I don't.
Wolverine.
Or last year.
Jeff Shaw, can you answer that question?
Yeah, what were they ranked? I only know what Georgia was ranked because we were ranked number 1. Oh, do you want to advertise what we're going to be doing, SW? We're going to be collaborating on something else?
On my channel?
Yes.
Oh, for the NFL draft you're talking about?
Yeah.
That one?
Did you like it? Yes. Did you want to start saying something about that, or do you want to wait?
Oh, I was just looking up. Hold on, I want to see. So Nebraska was third to last. No, in the Big Ten. Is this right?
What?
No. Oh no, this is basketball. Hold on, I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we're gonna be the NFL draft. Nick and I are going to be on my channel live for the NFL draft and talk about other things as well. But on the NFL draft day, which is going to be April 27th.
And no more Bud Light, huh?
For the first round.
Stills.
So I want to know if she can say something. I want to know what she thought of the movie. I finally watched 80s for Brady. Draft in Kansas City.
Jack Coleman, hello.
Perry Martin, how are you?
Hi, Perry.
Jack Bellman from Marion, North Carolina. Steve Woods, he's one of my favorites. I can't, he is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but he's still one of my favorites. And I'm not going to even give an eye roll because I really like Steve Woods. I think he's really nice. He's really a good person. It's good to see you, Jack Galman. Always nice to see Jack. Yes, I hope to, and Lisa, I hope you join us more because it's so fun with you. But it's just we've all been really busy. Again, my boss is going to be.
I just want to apologize to everybody for being MIA. I checked out. I did.
You did.
I admit it.
Well, I checked out because I've been working a lot. I went to med school in Cape. Wow. I like New England, if you guys didn't already know. It was okay. I think they hyped it up a bit.
Stecker, are you a doctor?
Because SW needs help.
It took me a minute.
He sometimes thinks he's right. And then I'm like, are you sure about that? And then he's always like, well, maybe not. Shippy, you ought to join us one evening. And we'll just have a girls' night. Well, a girls' night and SW night.
SW, give us the look. Give us the thing where you look.
Yes,
you
Mr.
this
um,
month.
I'm gonna say the name wrong now because it's in my head. So you're gonna have to say it for me. I'll just do this.
What are you gonna do?
Mr. MJ Boudreau.
Yes, Boudreau. And I'm French.
Yes,
And
you did, Mr. Boudreau.
I let Lisa know that you asked about her and that she thought it was very thoughtful. But maybe if you promise me no, we don't have to talk.
I won't disappear like that again. I'm sorry. I really am.
Yes, you did have a lot of people they were asking about you. They missed you.
Let me tell you something. I was asking about me too. Okay. I was asking God about me. Like, what the heck is going on?
Oh my gosh.
What? What? I'm not wearing pants if it ain't Georgia. It ain't worth
I will
talking
say I'm
about.
not wearing pants all day long if he keeps making comments like that. I am not wearing pants. And okay, so what was the question again? Jerry, a newbie. Hello, everyone. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Snipey Mikey.
Snipey Mikey. Long time no see.
Yeah.
It's good to have you. We've missed you so much. I miss Snipey Mikey. I hope he's doing well because, you know, he's had to go at it for a bit.
I see Mark B here too.
Mark B, yes.
JM Unleashed. This was flying through and I missed you guys.
That's my go-to guy. Yes. When I do check that email. Bad gateway. Let's see.
How do you say that? Yeah, the Edith. How do you say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Akaoli sets are still available. Wow.
Are they really? So those were available on drop day. They were available for over 4 hours. And but I didn't know they came back again.
Wow.
Let me look. You know, speaking of bad gateway, I think one interesting thing that will be coming up for the United States Mint, which the details are not out yet, is the American Liberty Gold coin, because we don't know. The one from 2021 had the lowest mintage, I believe, of all the American Liberties of 12,500. So it's going to be interesting to see what they make this one. It's going to be expensive. It's going to probably be, depending on gold spot, it's going to be right around $3,000. But it's going to be interesting to see.
Wow.
This question real quick, and then I was going to talk about some more about the women's quarters. I am a Georgia fan only because, well, I'm NFL all the way, but I moved to Georgia and I married somebody from Georgia. And down in the South, college football is everything. Whereas here, Georgia. So I just adopted Georgia, and so it was in our prenup. And we don't really have a prenup. I'm just kidding, but I make that I get all the New England sports. My Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, and Red Sox. And he got Georgia, and I get the rest. So that means this household, that's all we support. And definitely not a New York Yankees fan, Snipey Mikey. But I am very excited. I think I'm not excited about Eleanor Roosevelt quarter, but I think I think that quarter will do well.
Yeah.
So I just checked, and Bad Gateway's right, and I didn't even see this until he said something. But the that quarter, the PDNS that went on sale, this was March 27th, is back available. PDNS.
Oh,
interesting.
So
yep, and so that was the first quarter since it started in 2022, the American Women Quarters Program, PDNS. That's the first one that didn't sell out immediately. That was available for over 4 hours. Then now it's back again. So it does seem like it's slowing down a lot, the popularity.
Well, This was
But
the
Eleanor
one,
Roosevelt is going to be interesting.
but she was this past quarter was
I
one
know.
from Hawaii, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
I just feel as though a lot of these women just, and I think Lisa, we talked about this. They just don't. People don't know about these women. People are not excited about them because it's not anybody that they like. Eleanor Roosevelt, we know.
Right.
There was a couple others too, but I just don't think that people, even Maya Angelou, we all know her. We've seen her. She's familiar to us.
Sally Ride too.
Sally Ride, her more so. I just think that the women that are more recognized are going to be
right.
Now, I didn't recognize I recognized the woman, but it took me a minute. Was the ballet dancer?
Oh,
Ray knows about that, right?
Tall Chief, right?
Yes, Tall Chief. But the only reason why I knew about her because I'm so into the Kennedys and I read anything that I could get my hands on about the Kennedys, and I remember seeing her name in a book. And that's why I knew to look her up because I knew that she had something to do with the Kennedy Center. And I always thought that was interesting. So, but I think a lot of these women are just.
And I was actually having a conversation at my coin shop this past week about that topic, and he seems to think that they're great. It's a great series, and I said I think that Eleanor Roosevelt is going to be one that's going to be popular only because everybody knows the name. And I said that's something that this series is lacking is name where where people recognize the names that are on a quarter. And he said, but they're accomplished. I said it doesn't necessarily matter that they're accomplished. If people don't know the name, they're not going to buy it.
But accomplished is leaving a little bit to be desired because not all of them are as accomplished as I felt like they should be. There was one quarter that I did a lot of research on the woman, and she really wasn't that accomplished. Felt like the mint was checking off boxes.
Yeah, right.
Right?
True. I mean, and that's probably exactly what it is.
And I'd really like to go back and look at my research. Taylor Swift. No, I don't think she. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, maybe Taylor Swift. I would really like to go back and look at that research on that show that we did because I could give you the name and I have no problem doing so. But it was one, and I don't even want to.
Andy, I think you're right that the Coleman quarter is the best one.
Oh my gosh! See what Bad Gateway said?
What did he say?
Right.
He said that he had his entire order of the Sally Ride PD&S sets lost by UPS.
Yeah, mine almost were too. They were delivered to the wrong house.
They were, Lisa?
Yeah, that was a whole story. But wait a minute. Ray says he's sending whose bio book? Ray, what bio book? Autograph and coins to Can for the next tribe auction.
No.
So which one? The ballerina?
I wish I would have. Which one are you?
Wait, what happened? You wish you have what? Have what?
So Bad Gateway, did you get any money back?
I would have filed a claim with that.
Okay, so Ray's got a special thing he's sending for the tribe auction. Tall Chief, yeah.
I like that. I think that's and I think it's a beautiful design as well. I don't know. I really like this one, the Tall Chief. So she was the first what they would call a Madonna ballerina.
A Madonna ballerina?
Isn't that what it's called? Prima donna. I don't know. Remember what it was?
Prima ballerina.
Prima donna. Prima donna.
Oh, that's a pretty coin, Ray. That Tall Chief is a pretty coin.
Oops. I think it's a pretty one, and I think she did.
And
go ahead.
And she's on 2 coins too. She's on the dollar coin and a quarter.
I find that very interesting that the mint did that.
That is interesting.
I really do. Prima ballerina. There you go. Right now.
So if you buy a mint set of any set, the uncirculated set, the silver proof set, and the clad proof set, she's on 2 coins in every set.
Yeah, I find that very interesting. Is this the first time the Mint's ever done something like that?
That I know of.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, right. No, she danced for, who was it? It was President Kennedy and who else? It was
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower. Yep. She was very accomplished. She was she taught ballet. She was just I just think, and I think it's just a beautiful design. I don't know why I like that one so much, but I do. Sanchez. I don't
Steve Woods. I'm selling dimes half price. Meet me.
the Mint refunded his money.
I think the Mint should have sent him the sets because they weren't available again at the end of the year, so they had
I'm
them.
just gonna say they just refunding your money. I think that you got gypped. You just
because they're still going for like $200 a set.
yeah.
So Ray's going to be sending the $4 coin, and the clad and silver quarters. Well, that's nice, Ray. Along with her book and certified autograph. Wow. That's going to the tribe for the next auction.
I'm sending the $4.
Wow.
Let me.
Wow.
That's a lot, right?
That is a lot. Yes, because of course everybody that's on these quarters they have passed away. They're no longer with us. So it's not like you can just go get an autograph. She's
that's good. Where did you get all that?
Holy smokes.
Let me ask you something, Bad Gateway. Do you have any Sally Ride quarters, S quarters now? Let us know in the chat.
Madonna is on a quarter.
Sanchez Handyman. It seems like a catch-22 for the Mint. They limit the mintage on a popular product and the market goes nuts. And then they up the mintage and we lose interest because now it's too common.
I think she does too.
I don't know. I mean, for the Mint? I think that's just human nature.
I don't think I've seen a 2023 dime either. Not in circulate. No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Mr. Boudreaux wants to know where the 7-Eleven is. Me too.
Bama girl, how are you? Oh, JM Unleashed, thank you for joining us. Please visit his channel. He's got a really neat channel. His is about dogs and training dogs, and I've never seen dogs like they listen to him. But he does have a very interesting channel.
He also talks a little bit about the markets too.
Yes, he does. Yes, he's very smart. Very smart. But I really like to watch. I'm still like, these dogs walk with him. Like my dog used to like walk me. And she was just a little Maltese. So I'm always impressed when he gets his dogs to mind. I tried Belly. Oh, I'm so glad.
I think Wilma Mancurler has the best name. I know.
Yes. That one second, but I don't know. I just really like Tall Chief. But I do think that Eleanor Roosevelt will be another popular one. And Bad Gateway, I think that he got gypped on that, you know.
Oh, he Bad Gateway just said he scored 2 sets later at 7:30 in the morning when I went back for sale.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh yeah, good.
I need a set of the last quarter that came out. Jack Gelman, do you know much about
I agree, Sanchez. Ray is always so generous. I agree. Paula Bloom? We're talking about the women's quarters.
I know.
Hey, long time no see. Happy Saturday.
Yes. Now that's smart right there. She should be on a quarter.
Paula Bloom, the killer of dreams, crusher of dreams.
Silver hair speaker. Yes, I would. Paula, why do you think that the quarters are now losing their umph? I don't think they had any umph, but
Silver hair seeker. Hello, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Silver struck.
I know, Paula. I know. Well, Paula, at first we were talking about bullion taxes.
Yeah, you missed that part.
That now we're just
We're back to those women's quarters, making our opinions known.
Yes. I don't know. I like them. Not me. Still.
I do think it's interesting that there's still some available though, after we had all those rokas.
So what is the next one coming out?
Hold on.
You don't know that off the top of your head, Wolby?
Unfortunately, I don't. Hold on.
I thought you committed all that information to memory.
I know. That's what I thought too. I thought he was like our.
I like how you go to the back of the web page though.
It's June 5th. June 5th. Eleanor Roosevelt, June 5th.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna watch that
I'm
one.
gonna put Harriet Tubman on the 20.
Who?
Harriet Tubman.
I didn't know she was on a quarter.
No, on a 20.
Oh, on the 20. That's coming out when? Oh,
I don't know. I think they're gonna do it.
I don't know.
I think they already. Now I have to look that up. I wanted to say I thought they already passed the legislation for it, but I gotta look it up.
I thought too.
I thought that so too, but then it was delayed as well. I thought it was delayed.
I don't know that, so I'm asking you guys.
Silver struck. I think that it was in Coin World. It was
Wow.
in
Yeah, we try hard, Eagle Steve. We're trying to.
Yeah.
We're keeping Wolvie on his toes.
I will believe it when I see it. Same. Yeah.
What?
It says December 31st, 2030.
Wow. Well, that's pretty far out. So I guess we'll have dollar bills. We'll still have currency by 2030 then.
And Paula, visit her show on Monday nights. They have coin Q&A.
The famous live coin Q&A.
Yes, but I've seen some very interesting coins that I've never seen, and you will learn a lot.
I love watching that.
About errors. I'm not into search and errors, but sometimes you just see stuff, and sometimes when I'm looking at stuff, I see all the errors.
Paula, I'll believe it when I see it too. Are you talking about the 20 with Harriet Tubman? I mean, the fact that it's pushed out to 2030, and we're probably going to go to the digital tokens, the digital coins by then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, what was that all about?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, but we're not going to have currency by that time. Right?
Well, I mean, I hope we still do.
I do too.
And what time does the show start on Monday nights? Is it 8:00? I may be wrong. If she would like to.
They're on at 8:30, I think, right, Paula? You guys start at 8:30? I think.
Because that is something that everyone should check out. You will learn something. 8:30 Eastern, and that's on Coin Q&A.
I know. Don't ask. It's a big thing, huh? The digital currency.
I agree
You agree what?
with a statement right here.
Yeah, it's very contentious, right?
Well, who is the only non-president on our coins? Well, there's two.
Women. Who have
Well,
you got?
now that we have the women's quarters, but I'm talking. But we used what was Ben Franklin, and then Susan B. Anthony, up until modern.
Boudreaux's right. Hamilton wasn't president. Look at Boudreaux. Go Boudreaux.
What did he say? Hamilton.
Oh, Steve Woods didn't know that Paula Bloom was on live coin Q&A. You got to go.
You
Steve,
have to go
check
Monday
that
night,
out.
8:30.
I'm gonna have to look more into this $20 bill because it looks like it may be internet speculation too. I'm not sure if that's confirmed.
I
I
saw
don't know if it is either.
there's still two different articles I read in Coin World about that, where it was definite and then it was on hold. And this was during
Yeah,
the President Obama administration, I believe, that was passed. And then it was put on hold. No? I think that's
pushing it too far out. I think they just tabled it for
Sacagawea.
another day.
Yep, Sacagawea. Yeah, I think they're just they keep putting it off. And if they continue to do that, I don't think we'll ever see it. I don't think we'll see it. I just really don't.
I don't either.
I don't.
I don't know if they would ever get that to go through.
I don't either. So, what sports do you think will be the next series? And do I want to see new series? I don't know. I don't like change. I really don't like change.
You don't like
next
change.
series. Next series for what?
I love change.
I don't know, but let's just go back to
What?
to the same quarters. I don't want to see women on quarters. I don't want to see new ones every time. I would just want to go back to the same old.
Like the dimes, the boring dimes?
No, we can change the dimes.
Like that.
I should show you my Ronald Reagan dime. It's really neat. I like change pre-64. That is it. Yeah. Same.
You want to go back to just Washington on a quarter?
Yeah, I do.
And the eagle on the back?
Yep, I do. Sure.
I like the variety.
I don't. What are the possibilities? I'm looking forward to all to changing in 2026. 2026 will be an exciting year for coins.
Will it? Why?
Yeah, why? They are beautiful dimes. I got 12. You have 12 of those as well.
Paula, why 2026? An exciting year for coins.
Well, I think that's when the women's quarters stop. Right?
I have heard. I think that they're going to be doing a redesign on a lot of. I would be okay with a new one.
Youth sports. Paula says 2027 starts the quarters with youth sports.
Oh, what country? It was 20.
That's cool.
Quarters with youth sports. Oh, okay.
So I don't think anybody needs to worry about, no coinage or no.
Maybe, but they may be saying this was done by a private mint in 2004, 2005, and 2006, and they were trying to get up, to where they were able to get people behind changing the dime to Ronald Reagan, and it was very popular. I'll have to send you a photo. I saw a photo of it and I was like, I have to have one. And I got one and I love them. I mean, it's really nice.
Oh, here's the word of the day. Semi-quincentennial. Did I say that right? Aunt Laura says 250th anniversary. Did I say that right?
Same. I guess he was the first president that I remember in childhood.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I was born in 78, so he was president. He was elected in 80, and he was out of office by 88, I believe.
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting, Paula. They're going to do a full redesign. Now there's something to collect. That's interesting.
Thank you for coming. I'm not wearing pants.
Thanks for letting us know all of that.
Yes.
Good night. We love you.
I love him.
It's time to go night-night.
Yeah.
Please
I
put
want
your
a
pants on.
cookie too.
Your wife might be happier if you put pants on when you go to bed.
Oh dear.
Go put your pants back on.
Is that how you're going to end the stream, Dick?
Look at Jamie Foxx, pants free. Hashtag pants free.
But the Ronald Reagan time was really neat, and it was a lot more popular than they expected too, where there was a mintage of, and again, they don't have much information on these either. It was done in 2004, 2005, and 2006.
What are the possibilities is confirming all denominations will have new obverses and reverses, and there will be 5 different quarters. So do you think that that'll make the old
Oh
ones
my
more
gosh.
acceptable, you guys?
What's that?
Did you hear my question?
Uh-uh.
If 2020, what year is it? You guys, is it 2026?
30.
Okay, so will that make all of the prior years more collectible? Like, should we be, hoarding? They're
I
going
don't
to change everything on us.
I go back to the state quarters. I will, Rhonda. I will. I go back to the state quarters. Everybody thought that they were going to be popular, and grandparents were collecting them. They were buying those books to put in for their grandkids. No, but it will make that year collectible.
See, I think it depends on how many they make. I mean, if they do billions of them, I just don't think they will be.
Yeah, but I don't think that people were worried about mintages when the state quarters came out. And there are some states that don't have very high mintages. But I think that there was even more buzz when it came to the state quarters. I mean, look at those books. I know my father-in-law saved some for all of his grandkids and never collected a quarter in his life. And since then hasn't either. But he did the state quarters.
Okay, so what are the possibilities? Says the quarter obverse will change again in 27, and Paul is saying it is only for that year. Then the designs will go back to the normal, except the quarters. Except the quarters.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Washington crossing the Delaware, they only did that for 1 year, and nobody cares about it.
I like that coin.
Because they produced way too many of them.
Oh, which one?
The Washington crossing the Delaware, they only did that for 1 year.
Yeah, but it was
I'm
just
looking forward to this. It will. Paul says it will be the first time the obverse will be different. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Do you have pictures of the designs? Like, is that out where we can see what they're going to look like?
Oh, very good.
What, John Jacobs? Bat just found a 1930p 44p.
Oh, sorry. I just changed it fast because I read it.
Yeah, you went way too fast. Well, it's the first time the obverse will be different. I'm looking forward to this. I knew nothing about that.
No designs.
The designs are not finalized. I hope they do a good job on them. What's the theme? Do we know what the theme is? That will be really interesting. Wouldn't it be great to get a hold of the dies?
Do they sell the dies?
I don't know.
I mean, do they put them up for auction or? Because I know Paula, I think that she or someone on that program had a die.
Yes.
And which was interesting because I've never seen one, being held up like that.
The theme is a semi-quincentennial. Oh, that's too big a word. Not going to fit.
Right?
You know they're going to make mistakes. Good night, Silverstruck.
Good night, Silverstruck. I have dice. Yeah, she does. I thought I had seen that she showed some. I don't think so. I always read that once he passed away, that they had passed that law for them to make it.
Don't ask. I use cash all the time. I used to use
Good night, Silverstruck. Thanks for joining us.
Nick, look at your chat. The other one.
The other one. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think if they're planning on new coinage and they're planning on like even discussing the new currency, I mean, I don't think we have to worry about cash going away. Good night, Rocky, superstar.
Oh, good night, Rocky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen for some time, to be honest.
What's
I
that?
think it will lower in value is what it will do.
Well, I mean, that's already doing.
I know, but I mean, as tender, like if you're going to use it where it was $1, it'll be worth 70 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I heard them say. So, can I brag? I'll brag about something since we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, I got an 850 credit score.
Yay!
Cool. Wow.
It gets me nothing, but bragging rights.
Well,
I mean, it does. If you need credit for something, it gets you a lot.
yeah, it does.
I've been trying to get this for like 12 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a surprise.
So what made you decide to check your credit score?
I always do just because I have this personal challenge that I want to see, you can fiddle with it, and it's a real FICO score. It's not the FACOs. So I just play with it, to see how much I can up it or see what the algorithms are like. And I pretty much just forgot about it for about a year, and then I got an email and it said your score went up. And I'm like, how's that possible? I'm not working. But yeah, I was real proud of it. So John Jacob says, I saw Samafar a couple days ago, but only for a minute or two. Well, John, so you were in Virginia? Hello, Great Scott. Yo, 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 y'all.
Perry Custom Cards.
So don't ask. Yeah, I use the card to buy. I'm careful about that though, because sometimes I think I'm going to be able to pay it off and then I'm not. But you have to use a card when you're buying the metals.
Credit cards in this house is a bad word. When your husband's a banker, and yeah, we don't do any emergencies money, and if we do, we pay it right off. But we don't use credit cards. And so I used to be one of those ones where it said you'd be at a department store and they'd be like 20% off your entire purchase if you get a credit card today, and then it'd be like pay it right off. And I got in trouble because you pay it right off, and I thought I was going to cancel it. No, doesn't work that way. So
yeah, I'm a big believer in debt free. So yeah. Sergeant Gold 851 doesn't exist. If it is, it's a fake. Oh,
I've never had a credit card thing.
Plus, I believe if you open and close credit cards often, doesn't that lower your credit score?
Yes, and that's why I was always like, oh, I'll just close it right after I'm done with it today. And no, and that's where I got in trouble, because it does, when you close them right off, it makes your credit score to go down. So, but with that being said, now they have Bullion credit cards coming out.
What?
Rolling out. Oh yeah.
Which I have no interest in.
I have no interest in either. I think Atmex has one. And then, they have this special where like you get 5% off your purchases. And then if you go buy it somewhere else, you get 1%, but it just never really equals a lot. But again, you do have some of those.
Sly Stacker.
What?
Sly Stacker says 40 years old and never had a credit card.
That's good to have. So it's good for people that are responsible, that can go ahead and pay off their purchases right after they use that card. But how many people do you know are going to be able to make a large purchase and then pay it off right then and there? Then
and I mean, how many people are going to take these Bullion cards and buy stuff that they can't afford just because they can get it?
Right.
That they can't pay it.
Scary.
You have people like Steve Woods that can pay, that will pay it off just at the end of the month. But a lot of people do not do that. They say they're going to do that, but then they don't do that. It's easier to pay that monthly payment. And then look how long it takes. I think the average American right now pays 26% interest rates in their credit cards.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
I'm
if you're disciplined and you can pay it off, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I mean, how many people are?
You really
You
have
know,
to have
I think it's
conversations
dangerous.
with yourself. You have to just really be disciplined.
Yeah.
And
You
say and commit to yourself that you're going to live within your means, and your means are quite often a lot less than you think they are. When you say, like, I'm going to live within my means, and you really do that, you understand your means are not what you thought.
So I try to live below my means. Because
That's
if I'm living below my means, then I'm putting money back in the bank. Which I try. It doesn't always work that way, especially, but now that I have, my husband puts me on a
Good night, Sanchez.
budget, and I hate that word. I think it's a swear word. I think it shouldn't even be a word. But
And I mean, I think also if you're disciplined and you can pay off credit cards, I think, some credit card rewards are good. But I think there's also been studies that's proven that because of those rewards, you spend more than you normally would spend just to get credit card rewards.
I don't pay attention to it.
It's true, though. I've heard that as well. Define budget.
What? Define budget? Oh, I know, Sly Stacker. I'm terrible on a budget. I just do the math in my head every purchase. I'm doing the math. I'm so frugal.
All the big banks right now are making profits. It's the small banks that are hurting. It's not the big banks. They're doing very well.
Right.
And my husband works for a small community bank, and they happen to be doing very well too. But that's because of how they conduct their business. And it's more of a. It's not as big as, like, we'll say a Chase, but it's not as small as, we'll say, like a really tiny small community bank.
The credit unions.
Hey, Nick.
She means allowance. No, I make my own money. I'm a working girl now,
Yeah, don't
Hey, Nick, it's 10 o'clock. We've been going for a good hour and a half.
Wow, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's been flying by.
Seeing you guys again and chatting with everybody.
Yep.
Seriously.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming by. This was a great, fun stream. Important conversation too, and I think if anybody lives in one of them states where you're charged sales tax for bullion, even if there's not legislation proposed, call your state legislators and even your federal legislators, and tell them you should not be charged for bullion.
And we should be. There's only 9 states that are charged. Well, we're charged 5.5%, and that's from $1 to $500. I know that some of them have a threshold before they start charging these taxes. But you might want to check on that as well, because Ramno said what it was up till 500 and over is when he starts paying the sales tax. So I would start making split purchases. That's how I would get around it.
Yes. We're getting a lot of good nights and goodbyes and thank you.
Good night.
If you haven't hit that thumbs up button on your way out, please hit that thumbs up button.
But just remember, it does make a difference to call your state legislator. Really, they do listen. Yes. But I would call, not just email, because they're more out to listen to that phone call. So,
John Jacob says, please remember, don't stack all your chickens in one basket.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you, everyone. Have a really nice weekend. It's been really wonderful. Big love.
Yep.
Big love.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, hey, Gold Maple.